So you're curious about the world of Neopixels. Well, guys, I've got the perfect entry saber if you want to join in, upgrade your life a little bit, and get into Neopixel. Oh, it's beautiful. Hey everybody, welcome to the Dano channel. I am Dano, and Neopixels are the hotness as far as the world of sabers, and I've got one here from Sab Neo. They reached out and asked if I wanted to review one of their products, and they sent me their latest version, the Sab Neo V8 Pixel Saber. And you know I'm not into replicas. I don't really dig the replicas for the most part. I did one recently I really liked, but this caught my eye because it's not a replica. Look at that. That is a unique design. It's got elements of stuff we've seen before, but it is a unique combination, a unique design, and it's one of the most affordable Neopixels on the market. Okay, let's take a look at their website. It says, welcome to our galaxy. Buy your saber. Join our alliance now. Discover they've got two sabers, the V7 Warrior and the Sab Neo V8 Pixel, which is what I've got in my hands here. And it just goes over some of the stuff here. Those are a look at the two. They come in different finishes. Look at that, $137.99. And it's a pixel saber. It is a Neopixel saber with all kinds of features on it. We're talking 16 sound fonts, 9 different light effects, 9 ignition effects, 9 colors, all of which you can mix and match the combos of. It says they're limited in stock. That's interesting. Silver, there's black, there's silver, metal gray, which is what I picked up, and then we've got gold as well. So it's a basic looking saber, but like I said, this is the perfect entry point if you want your first Neopixel. Some of the features on here, it does have a 32-inch blade, and so basically from top to bottom, it's 40.75 inches from the base of the hilt up to the top. It says it's got Pixel Advanced Technology, 3D motion sensor, updated software, and new powerful microprocessor. I gotta tell you guys, one of the things that impresses me about this is how responsive it is. The buttons respond right. It feels well made for what it is. The buttons respond right away. I can adjust settings like volume on the fly very easily. Let's go down as low as possible. It's muted. Let's go up 1. Now it's gonna be very quiet. It's quiet, but it works. I mean, I can change things just like color on the fly very quickly. Let's go dark green. Oh, I turned the clash. You can turn the clash on and off. It does cool things. We got a lockup. We get blaster deflections. Changing the font is as easy as hitting a button.
Are you a Jedi?
I cut it off, but still. This thing is pretty amazing. Now let's see what else they got on their website here. They talk about the design. New generation of Pixel Blade contains small LEDs to cover the inside of the blade. It does. You can tell it lights up really, really nicely. Futuristic handle redesigned. We talked about the 9 different pixel effects. Ghost. I got to show you Ghost in a minute. Ghost, Cross, Infinite, Wave, Rainbow, Fire, Unstable, or Stable, and Pulse. 9 different ignition effects. And again, you can pick whatever sound you like out of the 16 it comes with, and then use any of those effects. You can change the light effects, which is like the base of what the blade does while it's on. You can change how it ignites. You can change the colors. And then the action effects you can cycle through. Stab, drag, melt, fuse, flash on clash, blaster, and lockup. I'm digging this thing. And so if that's not it for you, you want something else, you can take a look at their V7, which is an older model. I don't have any experience with this one. But it looks like a very simple, similar kind of thing. I'm guessing the electronics may not be as responsive as this new one, because this new one is responsive. Like, just listen to that. Every movement, it's got a really good smooth swing on it. I'm going to change the font again. General Kenobi. A different sound, but it's just super responsive. I did want to look at the accessories on their website, because check this out. You can get a blade, a V8 Pixel blade. This is their newest blade, their most up-to-date one. $34.99. That's not terrible for a Pixel blade. So if you want a replacement blade, you can get another one. Now, back on the V8 Pixel, like I said, it's $137.99. If you add that to your cart, let's go to checkout. So you can get this thing for less than $125. It's $137.99 with free shipping right off the bat. But if you go in and you use code, there it is. No, Dan, not Daniel20, Dan010. Right there, Dan010. Apply the code. knocks it down 1380 for a total of 124.19, which means you can have a Pixel Saber for less than 125 bucks. And like I said, that's a great entry point. This thing is beautiful. It's gorgeous, but you're probably curious, okay, well, if it's so affordable, how do they ship it to you? Well, let's take a look at the unboxing. Okay, so first off, it does come with a gray plastic around the outside, and then underneath that is this nice black box that says Sab Neo. It's a specific box to Sab Neo. I like seeing that kind of stuff. It's nice when they send you like a product specific. It's not generic. It's specific to Sab Neo, the V8 even. And so you open it up, and it's sent in foam as well, which is nice because it arrives protected. You can see there's the blade there. We got a little compartment here on the left side of the box. And we've got, what do we got here? Let's open this thing up. Underneath the foam, boom, there's our hilt. Very nice, been laid in the foam, nice and protected. Right out of the box, this thing is gorgeous. It looks really good in person. It's got a nice finish. I went with the metal gray. That was just the color that called to me the most. I just think it's beautiful. I think it's a good looking saber. Also, it comes with a USB cable for easy charging, as well as the tension screws, and of course an Allen wrench so that you can attach the blade pretty easily. This one, it comes with a bunch of screws, but it uses 4. It uses 4 at the top of the hilt there. There's also an instruction manual, V8 Pixel user manual, and gives you some of the instructions on how to use the functions, flash on clash, some of the gesture control stuff, how to swap different sound effects and lighting effects, and of course the back. This looks very familiar to their website. Boom, that's the dude. And last, we've got our Pixel Blade. Now this thing's in here pretty snug. Took me a second to get out. Come on, come on. There we go. And you can see it's wrapped in plastic. So it comes with an extra little layer of like scratch protection just in case. But you can remove that plastic, and there you go. You can see it is a Pixel Blade. It is not RGB. This is full Pixel Blade, so you get a lot of those cool effects. And of course the bottom, this is just the assembly of it. The bottom comes off, so if you wanted to buy one of the adapters, which they sell on their website, if you want to get 2 sabers and make a double, you can do so, which is kind of not a bad idea considering how affordable these are. There's a look at the board, and there's the actual charging port for the USB right there. The actual soundboard and everything does not come out past that, so you just got to unscrew it and charge it as is. And there you go. It's a very simple assembly, very simple saber, but like I said, this is the perfect jumping off point if you want to get into the world of NeoPixel. So while you've got the saber in standby mode, you can actually do a couple different modifications, like switching the ignition effects. There's 9 in total. Right now on screen, I've got 8 of them going on, and they are really awesome to cycle through. But also, you can change up the blade function. Here's one that's pulse. We also have one that's a cross. It's got the 3 different colors that cross from top to bottom. Next up, we've got infinite, which cycles through all the different colors. Next up, we've got wave, which is a nice glowing effect. You can see it waving from the top to the bottom there. We also have rainbow. It's a pretty standard feature you see in a lot of more expensive NeoPixels. And we also have fire. Now again, this is just some of them. There are 9 in total. Alright guys, now I mentioned how easy this thing is to customize on the fly. Look at this. You hold it upside down, you hit the secondary button, which is the bottom button. Technically now it's on top because it's upside down. And you just twist. You twist and you get a different color. And it's super I like the purple. You know I always go for the purple sabers. Look at that color. Look at the color it's putting on me. The bright... You know, oh, did you see that? Did you see that? How it de-ignites or whatever you want to, powers down? So that's the one thing you can't control, and it seems to cycle through 3 different ones. So there it goes. This is a basic ignition. Very basic ignition. I can show you how to swap that in a second. Okay, that was a normal. Regular ignition. And see, it kind of split. Up like normal. And it went from it went up, which is like the blade went up and out, which is a little different. Goes up. Oh, see, and that one met in the middle. Up. And that one went up. Up. And that one came back down. So you can't really control how it powers down. That's going to be different every time. But you can control what the ignition sequence is. And if you hold the main power button, yeah, it is a power button. You do it for about 2 seconds. You go 1, 2. It makes that noise. And that's changed the ignition. So now it's doing a completely different ignition. So no matter what sound font I use, it's going to do that ignition. So let's power it down, change sound font.
Ray Skywalker.
Ray Skywalker, how about that? But it's going to be that same ignition all the way down. But now it's going to have the Ray Skywalker sounds and the last color I used on that one. So if, let's say I want to use these sounds, because again, you hear how like responsive that is? Yeah. Okay, I like it. Angelic plasma. Same ignition, because I didn't change it. It's a blue that I've got preset on there. I'm going to hold it for 1, 2. Made the noise. We're on to the next ignition effect. That's flashy. That's flashy. So even with its lower price, it still has the normal functions like the blaster deflection. You see the lockup effect, which is cool. It also has a force effect, which is a nice touch too, with the white light going from the inside out. It has a melt fuse option, which kind of lights up there in the center. And it also has a tip drag, among other things like flash on clash and the other standards. Oh, ghost. This is the ghost thing I was telling you about. Notice how it's not on until I move. That's a cool feature. I have not seen that anywhere else. So you, like, if you're in the dark, no one would see you until you move, until you strike. That's a ghost, like a ghost, like, and it's so sensitive. You see that? Now the sound, of course, is always going to be there because it's got really good responsive sound. But notice it doesn't light up until you, like, move. Man, it's a simple saber. It's one of the simpler Neopixels. It's got a Jurassic sounding font. You got a T-Rex on there. And again, this is on the quietest setting. Okay, let me turn it off. Let me turn it louder, because it gets loud. See, it's a huge difference in sound. But it's still clear. You can hear the dinosaur? That's so cool. All of it. Alright, guys. This is one of the coolest basic starter Neopixels out there. Super affordable, less than 125 bucks. You get the whole setup, free shipping. Don't forget to use code DANO10 for that 10% off to get it under 125 bucks. Link is going to be down below. Let me know what you think. I like it because it's unique, it's different, it's affordable. It's kind of the jam. Kind of the jam. It's a good first steps into a larger world. Guys, let me know your thoughts. Until next time, don't be a moof milker. Be the spark.